safely on the needle driver. Once we have it on the needle driver, you can adjust it from there if need be. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in right in front of that switch, straight up and down, and then we're gonna angle back about 45 degrees, and then we're gonna clamp one clamp, and your needle should be at a 45-degree angle. Okay, now the way I check that is if I put my needle the way that the surgeon is gonna suture, see how that's at a 45-degree angle? My needle driver. So if we say it's flat, if you load it and it's flat, it's sitting like that, right? If I go to suture, I have no, see what I'm saying? So if you check yourself and you don't know if it's your needle's at enough angle, set the needle down to where it's straight and see where your needle driver is, okay? Because if he's down in the belly or somewhere, we can't suture like that. So if we have this angle, like so, when we put it down, our needle driver's out of the way. And that's not anything written in stone, that's just something I do to check mine, okay? Now, when we take this out of the suture package, we wanna hold right here, okay? When we take it out, we wanna move our suture packet, not our needle driver. So you can imagine if we're standing across from the doc and you do this, okay? They're gonna freak out. So remember, always your suture packet, never your needle driver, and never pull up, okay? And then make sure when we do pull it out, it's over our back table, because if we have a really long suture and we pull it out and it's not over our back table, it's gonna fall below our sterile field and it's gonna be contaminated. So we wanna do this over our back table. Once we get done, put your suture pack back on your sharps pad and still holding here, just take that, give it a little pull, and you'll get some of the memory out of it. Now this one isn't that bad, but something like Vicryl, that really thick fishing line like stuff, it's gonna kink up a lot. And matter of fact, this, okay? So this is what this will look like coming out of the package. But all we need to do is we'll take it, just give it a little pull, and see, well, let me do a little harder. Well, I'm not gonna do it because I won't put it on that, I'll have to use this one. Okay. And like I said, once you get your needle on your needle driver, you can adjust it with your fingers once you get it safely in the needle driver. So we'll go ahead and take this part, and then we'll just pull for a couple seconds. Okay, so that's how we'll get it, and we want to do that before we hand it to the doctor so it's not all gaggled up. Okay, the way we pass this is needle point to doctor's nose. So when we load it, 9 times out of 10, the needle's going to be pointed to our nose. All you want to do is a 180. Go ahead and hold your hand out. You're going to control your suture tail, pressure. Okay? No snaps with sharps. All right. Once you have your suture loaded, we can lay it a couple ways on our package. One, we can lay it like this, and we want the apex to be on the paper itself and the point closest to the paper, so it doesn't get caught on anything as you're going. Now we do have some needles, it's a UR6 needle, is 3/4 of a circle. So that's gonna arch way up. So that's the only needle we're gonna flip to go this way because the point will be closer to the paper down here, okay? But the majority of our needles will lay like that on the paper. Or you can take it and you can stick it underneath. If you feel you're accident prone, you can stick it underneath like so. I don't do that only because if I'm in a hurry and I go to grab it and forget that I stuck it under there, it's gonna flip my suture packet, you know what I'm saying, and anything that's on top of it. Okay, so I usually just leave it like that. It's pretty safe like that, you know, if you're being careful. So you can lay it down just like that, okay, and then you're ready to go. Okay, and you guys will get a chance to practice this. I usually explain it, then let you practice in here, but it takes too long. So, whenever you guys are ready to practice, like I said, come grab myself, Jamie, Tasia, and I'll sit in there and watch you as long as you wanna practice. Okay, and, I do encourage you to practice as much as possible, because the more you practice, the easier it's gonna be when we get to the procedure for you to load and, unload your, sharps. Okay, questions?